Good morning. Good morning. It is 2:37 a.m. It's a Friday. I'm on my way to the gym. And I pray that Habub or Habib is long gone, but it is what it is. I was sitting here and I was contemplating how me and my wife were in the car last night, and she said it just seemed like everything she said irritated me. She would ask me what direction I was driving in to get to our destination, and I would be like, why? Do you want me to go in a different one? Simple stuff like that. Or um, maybe I think I got a little bit tired and I swerved into another lane, and she'd be like, what are you doing? And I'd be like, well, what does it look like I'm doing? I'm driving. You know how when you just you feel like somebody's messing with you, but it could be more of you than more of them. I mean, if you really put things in perspective, you're just nitpicking. It seems like you're trying to start a fight. You're looking for a reason to have a fight, an argument. Versus under normal situations, if somebody said, hey, what direction are you going in, you wouldn't assume that they were trying to control or lead you, but more so just asking you a general question. But you get all super sensitive about that. And that was the feeling and the thoughts, and I was just being extremely rude, insensitive. I was. And I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm thinking, what's her problem? That's what's coming to mind right now. Before I even hit record on this, I'm sitting there thinking, what's her problem? I still have the issue from the previous night. Now I sat there and the spirit started talking to me, and it simply said, how you know that she got a problem? Maybe you the one with the problem. You can't change nobody else. You can only change you. So maybe if you dealt with what she said differently, maybe it would have been a non-issue. Ooh. See, I got on my knees this morning and I prayed because, see, I know when things start coming into my life that are affecting me, I know that there's a source that is trying to fight what's going on in my life, and that's not my battle. That's not my fight to fight. So I got on my knees and I started praying this morning. I prayed to God to fix and remedy everything that I thought was wrong. Because it's so easy for things to snowball out of control that never were there, and you start feeling this animosity and this resentment. And you never once give yourself a second to really sit back and put it in perspective and say, you can't change somebody else. So you have to look at the situation, especially when it comes to marriage and kids and family, and you got to take a second, third, and sometimes a fourth and a fifth look at those situations, because they're not just like some random person on the street where they say something slick to you and you write them off like, dude, I ain't never got to see you again. You got to give it a little bit more consideration, because these are things that you've given your commitment to. So you can't let walls of resentment build up to the point where it feels like it's time to give up. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying, wow, I don't think it's her. I think it's how I dealt with it. I think it's how I dealt with the situation. I think it's my outlook on it. And be careful. Because one moment you're happily going about your life, and the next moment things are going in an extreme different. And I'm sitting in the car and I'm driving and I'm thinking, what is this person's issue? And I never once considered, what is my issue? .999999% of the time, you have more power over controlling or stopping whatever it is that's going on with you than you do with somebody outside. It doesn't matter. See, what I'm trying to say is the problem starts and stops with you no matter what. No matter what. You can't control somebody else, but you can control your perspective of it. And I thought it was funny that I got up this morning and I started thinking about it, and it was still kind of gnawing at me, and I went directly in through my routine, but I wanted to get out the house a little bit faster, but I couldn't get out fast enough. You can't change anybody else, and the fact of the matter is sometimes what's going on isn't meant for that other person to change. It's meant for you to change. I remember this one story by Joel Osteen. I thought it was so simple but very relevant, and it simply went like this. He said, when me and my wife would get ready to go somewhere, whether it be church and we got ready to go somewhere, and we had to go out and we had somewhere to need to be, he says, I would be ready, but my wife would not be ready. And he said it would irritate me. And I would always get into an argument, or I'd always start badgering her about why you're not ready, why you're not ready. And then eventually he got the clue. He said, you know what? I'm just going to go sit in the car. I'm going to go watch TV. I'm going to go do something else while she's getting ready. He said, because what God was trying to do in his life was not make her hurry up. He was trying to patience him. See, sometimes you have to really, really recognize the fact that not everything is meant to hurt you, but sometimes position you. So while I feel like somebody is nitpicking or pushing my buttons, maybe that's just a situation that's going on that's telling me I need to patience myself. Gain some more clarification, understanding, patience. It's easy to place the blame on the other person and say it's their problem, to say it's their fault. They are responsible for this. It is on them. But God forbid that you take the responsibility and say that maybe the lesson was not for them, but maybe for me. And all along while I'm sitting in the car and I'm thinking, why do you keep messing with me? I never even thought for a second that maybe he was preparing me. It's easy to become the victim, but that's never going to take you to victory. It's easy being the one that's being wronged. It's easy to be the one that's always at the bottom. But at some point in time, if you start to change the way you think, then you don't see yourself at the bottom, but you necessarily see yourself just growing. And I'm telling you, I didn't even have this thought until I got into the car, because it was still kind of bothering me even after I had prayed, and I think that that's a strong part of it. I hadn't prayed over it. I didn't put it as proper perspective, and It can cost you if you don't do that. It can cost you in areas of your life where it's really important that you got to understand you can't change nobody. And sometimes what's going on is not going on to you, but it's going on for you so that you can come out on the other end better than you went in. If you can't get that, life is going to be a genuine, real struggle.